20 last night to take a 2-0 series lead. James Harden struggled big time, going for 2 for 18 from the field and scoring just 12 points, but Chris Paul made up for it with 27 points and 8 assists in the win. Shannon, how impressive was the Rockets' blowout win?
It's really hard for me to figure it out, but let me take it from this perspective, Skip. When you consider that what many think will be the MVP of the league this year, James Harden, goes 2 for 18, and his team wins by 20. You look at it, he goes for 44, and he's the main reason they win game one. He's completely off his game, but then this is why they got CP3. Because CP3 was off in game one, and then he comes back. I know a guy wish you could have that luxury, Joy. You know, go 2 for 18.
Oh, here we go.
Skip, I didn't say nothing.
Yep.
I didn't say nothing. I don't know what to make of this, Skip, because I see Karl Anthony Towns averaging 6.5 a game. What am I supposed to do with that?
I don't know.
I mean, here's the guy that was basically 23 and 12, and he's giving you 6.5 points. But taking it just from Houston's standpoint, it's a great luxury to have, and LeBron knows what it's like to have a great sidekick and a great number two in Kyrie, because if LeBron was ever off, Kyrie could go get you 40. He could go get you the high 20s, mid 30s, and they win a ball game. James Harden, got to make a casual 44, win it for us, but struggles real bad in game two, and CP3 pulls him through. Skip, the thing is about Harden, Harden has 5 games of at least 40 points in the playoffs. So we know his high is through the roof. But his low, Skip, like in game 6 last year, and that's what scares you.
It does, which is why I am not yet on the Houston Rockets bandwagon, and why I have never, ever been on the Minnesota Timberwolves bandwagon. You drove it for a while this year. I don't know what's wrong, but something's wrong with this group. I don't know if it's the head coach. I don't know if it's Karl Anthony Towns, who I love coming out of college. I don't know if it's just the mix. I don't know if it's Jimmy Butler as their star. I never loved Wiggins in college. I just didn't love him. He's an athlete who doesn't know basketball.
Right,
he doesn't have the great feel for playing basketball, but he's very athletic, obviously. But Jimmy Butler rose and didn't shine last night. He's 3 out of 6 and didn't even play that. I don't know if he went in Tibbs' doghouse, and then they put in Jamal Crawford, who can usually light it up, and he shoots 3 for 9. Well, that's not going to get it done.
No.
And Karl Anthony Towns gets called out after the game by Coach Thibodeau for not playing with enough energy. Well, I don't know what's going on. They're doubling him every time down. They're just saying, you can't have this.
Yeah.
And Coach Thibodeau is saying, well, then you got to run the floor. You got to demand the ball. You just have to attack. You have to try to power through the 2 defenders. And he was just nowhere to be found. He shoots 2 for 9 in this game. And then the crucial turning point is the second quarter, when they lose, the Timberwolves lose 37-17. They get blown off the floor in the second quarter. Karl Anthony Towns scored a grand total of 0 in the second quarter. And guess who came in and lit it up for the Rockets? And this is your basic Rodney Hood, Jordan Clarkson kind of player. Gerald Green.
Yep.
A Houstonian by birth, who was on the street in Houston not too much long ago. For a while, he was just sitting out of the league. And guess what? He comes in and makes 4 out of 5 threes in that second quarter. 4 out of 5, and made 5 for the game. And that was the difference. He scored 21 and just amped it up, ramped it up. And they took off and never looked back. But there's something wrong with the Timberwolves. I predicted before this series started they would get swept by the Rockets. Does that mean anything that the Rockets are that good? No. It does not.
But there's no way you should get beat by 20 points with that kind of talent.
What?
There's no way Karl Anthony Towns should score 5 points.
Something's wrong.
And he scored 8 in the first game.
I know.
The guy's 23 and 12. And remember, just 2 years ago, Skip, the general manager said that they were drafting right now. They would take Karl Anthony Towns over everybody else in the NBA.
I remember. Okay.
And he gives you that?
How hot does your motor run? What is your energy level? What is your commitment level? Do you have any killer in you? Do you have any of that assassin? Where's playoff K-A-T, right?
Yeah, I don't know where. I ain't seen him yet.
I don't know. I haven't seen that at all either. And guess what? Coach Thibodeau has gone back to the well. He's gone back to Derrick Rose for 18 minutes last night.
Derrick Rose was giving it to him a little bit, Skip.
Yeah, he scored 9 points with a grand total of 1 assist. So I don't know. Is that the guy that going to change life in
But
Minnesota?
he might disappear, you know.
Ain't
no telling he needs some time. Hey, don't tell nobody and just roll out.
Chris Paul played big last night in a way that I didn't know if he could do, so he helped a lot.
Did you see some of those finishes, Skip?
Yeah, I know. It was strong.
I mean, he was giving it to him. And that's what
I saw him being guarded by Tyus Jones, though, who's like 5'11", you know.
I mean,
So
you make it seem like Chris Paul like 6'5". Chris Paul like 5'11".
No, he is
you
about
give
5'11". I'm maybe 6. But I still don't trust the Rockets when they get pushed, because one of these nights a good team is going to push them to the brink, and then it's going to be up to either James or Chris to take the game over.
Well, let's see how Minnesota comes out in Game 3.
Yeah.
Because if they lose Game 3, they're getting swept. You know, they're not winning. They lose Game 3, they're not winning 4 in a row. So this is their season right here, the next game.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns need to get about 20 shots. Now, how he gets those, he gets to determine that. Because like Tibbs said, run the floor, demand the ball. Don't be out there jacking up no threes either. But Wiggins, I agree with you. Everybody's like, I don't know why Cleveland's trading Wiggins. They're not winning a championship with Wiggins instead of Love. It's not going to happen, Skip.
I would agree with that. But you still love them?
Who?
Minnesota.
I mean, Skip, I loved them in the regular season. I thought they win 46 games? I thought they should have won more with all this talent. Skip, look at that starting lineup.
Well, they had to go to the last game at home is like a play-in
game.
Yeah. Way to go. All I know is that I think before these playoffs are over, James Harden and Chris Paul III will have to call their State Farm agent for help. You know that guy?
Yeah.
You know, they're going to have to call him because he's going to have to come fix something.
Well, you know, Cliff ain't showed up yet. Old Cliff Paul? Old Cliff Paul.
Cliff retired.
I think he
No,
retired.
Cliff got to come on back out of there.
Does he?
Yeah. He got something for him. But that would be, you know what? I was wanting to talk, but I forgot. And I dialed his number. I was like, oh, he's zero dark. He ain't answering no call. I was like, man, wouldn't it be nice for you to struggle 2 for 18 and y'all win by 20? Has that ever happened to you? He's like, I already know what he's going to say. Like, nah, man, you know. I mean, there have been times I've had triple doubles. We get blowed out. I was like, really? Yeah.
Well, maybe he needs a Gerald Green coming off his bench, right?
Oh, we thought we had that.
Yeah.
With Jeff Green and Rodney Hood and Clarkson. We thought we had guys that were going to give us some instant.
That was the hot topic of the day presented by AARP. Are the Cavs now in the driver's seat against the Pacers? We'll discuss that with Jim Jackson next.